Hey guys, welcome back to another mods showcase with ARKDUCATION. Today we'll be doing Sid's Hybrids Type 2 class dinos. If you haven't seen the Type 1 video and you're wondering what machines you need, that's the video to watch. I'll include timestamps in the description below so that you can find what you're looking for better. As of now, I will be covering all of Sid's future updates and TLCs, so like and subscribe to keep the videos coming. It shows me that you're interested. Today we have 12 Type 2 hybrids, so stay tuned to see what those are, and don't mind that I just took a poo on my dino. So the first hybrid we have today is the Pachyrhino and the Woolly Rhino together. All of Sid's hybrids spawn in at level 1, but their base stats look a lot like this. So you're getting something kind of similar to, I'd almost say, a level 50 maybe? I don't know, just in my experience. But the base stats are really good, so you're starting at a good place with these dinos. Let's jump right in and take a look at this guy's abilities. He uses a Pachyrhino saddle. He works exactly like a woolly rhino, so as you can see on the top right, when I'm sprinting, you build up your charge, and if you run into something, you lose that charge, which is exactly like the woolly rhino. But that does increase your damage when you hit with that horn. So your left click is a bite, cut, and take 2. Your left click is his horn attack. Your right click is your stomp attack. And C is a buff. It's called adrenaline gas, and it gives you a huge stamina buff to yourself and nearby teams. The next hybrid we're going to look at is the Therizino and Spino together. Looks pretty awesome. Let me show you that in the daytime here. There we go. I give you light. Alright, we'll take a look at this guy's base stats before we test out his abilities. So this is what his level 1 base stats look like. He's pretty stacked. He uses a Spinosaurus saddle, and you can get around quite nicely on him. So your left click is a bite, your right click's a swipe, which harvests wood, and C is your omnivore bite, which will harvest anything that a bear does, except honey. The next dino we're looking at today is the Pegomastax and Baryonyx hybrid. She looks awesome. These are her base stats. Now let's go check out her abilities. So, your left click's a bite. Your right click is a skin grab, which strips a smaller creature's skin, either killing it or dealing a lot of damage. Now, as you can see, it's pretty agile, and since it's bigger than the Baryonyx, it goes a longer distance than the Baryonyx, I would say. She can't jump, but she is awesome. Look at her. She says no, but I say yes. The next hybrid we're looking at is the Ravager and Magmasaur together. Very hellhound, very that. Love it. Oh, and here is his base stats. On to the abilities. Your left click's a bite. which if you harvest a corpse with it, gives you rapid regeneration. Your right click is a claw swipe, which deals a burning and a bleed buff. And C is your super run. It gives you about 1.5 times more speed. Pretty cool. A neat little thing about this guy is he has high hypothermic insulation, so he's going to keep you warm wherever you go. The next hybrid we're looking at is a mixture of your cave bats, so the Onyx and the Purlovia. Really neat looking. It's got this neat little wing pouch. His left click is a bite, and his right click's a double bite, which stuns small to medium-sized dinos. His C is a roar. And this guy can actually jump and bunny hop type situation. GTA San Andreas, anybody? Don't peek at the other dinos. So he can do that, which is pretty handy. That's going to get you around. If you hold space, you can glide with him. It's very similar to the gas bags, but without dying if you run out of gas. So it's very helpful. The next hybrid we're looking at is the Bulbdog and the Beezlebufo. Yeah, this little guy. Look at those ears, those little tiny ears. So this guy uses the Beezle saddle. And FYI, if I forget to verbally mention a saddle, it'll be up on the screen. Right here. So with this guy, your left click is a bite, which harvests cementing paste from things that drop chitin. Your right click is a tongue grab, which grabs and consumes creatures smaller than a raptor. C is a special buff called Grace of the Toad. Now this is a 2.5 AoE XP bonus. And then your X is Explosion Venom Tongue, which deals a lot of damage and the slow debuff. Pretty cool. This next hybrid is the Anky and the Yutyrannus. So it's a big, cutie, wooty, fluffy Anky. Gag. We'll go check out this guy's abilities. Your left click is a bite, which inflicts intimidation. It weakens your opponent and it makes them more vulnerable to damage. Your right click is intimidation. Now with that skill aimed at an enemy, you can essentially pull aggro. It flees the targeted enemy. And then with C, you have your tail swipe. Next, we have probably one of my favorites in this type class is the Trope and the Deinonychus. Look how cute. So his base stats look like this. I apologize if I forget to show some of the base stats on the other dinos. You're just going to have to download the mod and check it out. Now let's check out these abilities. So with your left click you have a bite, which penetrates armor, and your right click is a claw swipe, which inflicts bleed. It has a bit of a cooldown, but it's not too long. When you press C, it is a ally buff, but only for the other Trope Dino hybrids in the area, and it gives you plus health points and stamina regeneration for all of the ones that are in the vicinity. And it looks like that. Another thing about this little guy is he glides like a terror bird. If you hold space, you're gonna glide, which is really adorable. The next hybrid we're looking at is the Direwolf and Sarco together. This is one of the newer Type 2 class hybrids in Sid's mods. So while he may not look exactly like a direwolf Sarco just yet, he's got some really neat things that he can do. So your left click's a bite, which looks excellent. Look at those teeth. That looks awesome. And right click is your heavy bite, which can actually, you can harvest polymer with that, organic polymer. And then his C is actually thermal vision. There's Miss Diva over there just being a good girl. It's actually pretty cool. Can't wait to see what else happens for this dino. This next hybrid we're looking at is the Titanoboa and Diplodocus together. Or Diplodocus, however you want to say it. He uses the Diplodocus saddle, which has a lot of seats on it. That's pretty cool. So he runs pretty fast. Let me see if I can get you a good look of this guy's face, because he has a really excellent face. It looks like a Diplodocus you don't want to mess with. Look at that. That's amazing. Amazing. Alright, so your left click's a bite, which deals torpor damage. Your right click is a tail swipe. And C is actually Snake XP bonus. So this is a 2.5 XP gain buff with a 15% damage for 10 and 10% speed. And this goes to your tames that are nearby as well. You can see the little buff around his head. Super cool hybrid. Love it. Love it, Sid. Keep up the good work. The next hybrid we're looking at is a water creature, and it's the Megalodon and Thorny dragon together. Pretty cool. We'll take a look at his base stats. So it's much higher than your Megalodons. But keep in mind, this is a hybrid. You know, they're supposed to be strong. So we'll take him for a little spin. Here is fine. We'll ignore that manta ray. Okay, so his left click's a bite. And his right click is actually aquatic spikes. I didn't even see what that did. Hang on. Alright, so his right click is aquatic spikes. It's a multi-projectile that shoots ahead. That's pretty sick. And last but again, finally not least, we have the Plesiosaurus angler hybrid, which uses the Plesiosaurus saddle. It's a little tricky to see his face when it's clipping into the ground, but you get the idea. I can show you a better front angle right here. There we go. So he's got the glowing teeth, kind of similar to the anglerfish. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Cool. And okay, so let's get into his abilities. His left click is a bite. His right click is sonar, which is like the parasaur. It can detect allies and enemies. And his C is a scare roar. And that will scare away aquatic predators. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Okay, so it has a cooldown, and as you know, C does make you go down in the water. There we go. So that's pretty cool. It'll definitely help you when you're just trying to get around under the water. They are pretty fast too, so big advantage with this guy. I wonder if it'll scare away this Megalodon. Let's see. Nope, doesn't scare away the Megalodon. But you can see his bite inflicts bleed on the Megalodon. I didn't know that actually until I just tried it. But right now I am in creative mode, so this isn't going to be much of a fight. That is the Plesiosaur anglerfish. So this has been Sid's Type 2 class showcase. If you're interested in more showcases or have any suggestions, please feel free to leave comments. Definitely like and subscribe if you want to see more. This mod can be found on either Sid's server or my server. Also runs this mod indefinitely. So ARKDUCATION server can be found at the top of my channel or in the description below, as well as the timestamps, Sid's Discord, and a link to Sid's mod. That is everything, I think. So, with that being said, run faster than your friends.